God is good all the time. And I'm back for part 3 of my herb seed saving. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of amaranth. You can see this is the Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. The flowers are all very dried. And you might have seen my video on that. And if you haven't, I'll go ahead and link to it right up here. That I talk about the benefits of the leaves, mostly in that. But the seeds, of course, not only can they be saved for growing more amaranth, but they can also be used as a grain in breads. It's a great gluten-free option. And I haven't done that yet, but I'm hoping to get enough to at least give it a try this year. But mostly I want to make sure I get some good seed so that I can grow a bunch more this next year, especially after learning about all the many benefits of the leaves. All right, so basically what you're going to do is this is how I do it, is I just pull all the parts off this little wiry piece in the middle, and then just really smash it up. And what's going to happen, and this is why I like to keep it in a bag, because a lot of the seeds are going to fall to the bottom of the bag anyway. If you were to look down here, I'll reach down here and just grab a handful. There's a whole bunch more just right down here at the bottom. You see that? So these ones are pretty easy. It's no problem getting the seeds to separate from the flower. And then what I do, like I showed in another video, is the nice thing about the amaranth seeds is they're heavy enough that you can, once you get this good and separated, you can just shake it and blow on it. And I typically will do this outside. And then what will happen is your chaff, all the dried flowers and stuff, are going to just blow off. I'll go ahead and just do this right into the bag. Now you can see I've got most of the stuff out, and it only took me a few seconds really to blow most of that out. And a lot of this heavier stuff is not seed. All this pink, the pink parts you see, that is the seed right there. So you're going to spread it out a little bit so you can get a better look. Get the light in there. Here, let me put it on the paper. And then I can spread it out and you can get a good look. So you can see there's still a lot of chaff in there. And it will take, some of the stuff the heavier big pieces might be easier to pick out. But if you just keep blowing on it and do it and shaking, you're going to get a lot of that out of there. And any flower petals and stuff that stay behind, I wouldn't worry about that if you're going to use it in your breads, because those have medicinal properties too. Just don't worry about it. Just pick out anything you think is questionable and leave the rest. So amaranth is pretty dang easy. So there's the amaranth. Now the other one I was going to focus on today was the Echinacea. And the Echinacea I find to be rather frustrating in some ways, and partly because the seeds are very pokey and they can be rather uncomfortable trying to get off here. Some of them will pull right off, no problem. Others, like that one there, that one was hard, but like these are coming out. But the thing that really bothers me is once you get it started and you can get to where you can get a hold of it without poking yourself, it gets a little easier. See, now you can see this is all just coming off. But here's the thing, is I'm pulling all of this stuff off of here, and you'll find that what's in here that's actually seed is a lot less than you'd think. Not like the calendula where every part of the seed head is a seed. Okay, so now let me put these out on some paper. So you can see this is what the seed heads look like once they're taken apart. See that? I'm going to get it in the light properly. Now I'm going to spread this out on paper so that you can see what part is actually the seed. This is not seed. Obviously that is not seed. Actually, I'll put these in here. Now you see a lot of different parts in there. These little black things, nope, those aren't the seed. The pokey things, no, those are not the seed. the parts that are the seeds are these little guys right here. So if you're wanting to separate these out, this is the part you're going to take out. So let's say, like with me, I've been putting some of my seeds up on Etsy. I'm not really doing the Echinacea because I didn't save enough of the seed heads off of these because I hadn't really planned on selling them. But if I get an extra pack or two, I'll go ahead and put some up. But the reason I want to separate these out is so that I can sell them or give them to friends or barter with them. So this might be why you want to do it. Now, if you have no intentions of doing that, there's no need to do all the separation. Somebody was asking me about that in another video, like with the marshmallow, the yarrow, the feverfew. There's no need to do that. In fact, the yarrow and the feverfew will just seed itself if you're just wanting to let it do that. And if you saw my last garden and chicken update, I didn't actually do a close-up of all the feverfew plants, but they're growing all over the place, all over my property, not just back here in these gardens, but in my side, my west herb garden, in my front gardens, everywhere they're coming up, even where I didn't have them planted anywhere near. So just keep that in mind when you plant feverfew. It does pull up easy enough when you start seeing it grow, and don't worry about it, but once you have it planted, it'll keep coming back, so don't worry about that. But if you're wanting to save seed to give to other people or to sell, this is one way to do it. Obviously with the amaranth, you want to separate the seeds out, because if you're going to use it to, obviously with the amaranth, if you're going to use it for grain, yeah, you're going to want to separate your seeds out as much as possible. But even then, I don't concern myself too awful much with it. So just like I did with the marshmallow, how I separate these out is I simply just kind of go through and sort of just push them around and pick them out like this until I get all my seeds out, and then just dump the rest. And that way, you know, because I just like to make sure, especially if people are buying seed from me, you know, it is time consuming, and that is why some people like us might have to charge a little more for our seed than some big companies, because it can take quite a while to sort out all the seeds. And I like to count them out to make sure the people that I'm giving the seed to or bartering with or I'm selling them to are getting at least 25 to 30 seeds. I don't want to shortchange anyone, because it's good to have a lot of seed to be able to work with. So especially if you're growing something for the first time, like Echinacea, the first time, couple times I tried to grow it, I tried to direct seed it just like with the marshmallow, and it would not grow for me. But then when I tried it in pots in the greenhouse, I was able to get some starts from there and then transplant them into the garden, and then they did great. And this year I'm actually planning on using my own seed to start some more starts in the greenhouse, because I want to grow some Echinacea out front as well, because I want a lot of it. Because this is some really, the Echinacea is just a really great, another great herb, one that I highly recommend out of my top 10 to grow in your garden. So I'll go ahead and link to that video right up here where I talk about the Echinacea and its many benefits, as including, a lot of people know it for being good for preventing colds and flus, but it's also great for a painkiller. All right, well, that's going to conclude my seed saving series for the time being. I do plan on adding more to this, but it will be a ways down the road, like after next summer, probably late fall or winter again of next year, because I plan on saving more herb seeds and other types of seeds as well, and show you how I do it. And anyway, so I hope you enjoyed the series so far, and if you missed the first two parts, I will post the playlist link in the end cards of this video, so be sure to watch to the end of the video so that you can see that link. And any other links, I do link to my blog page a lot in there, and just be watching for those. And sometimes if you don't watch all the way through to the end, you may miss a blooper or two. I do sneak those in once in a while. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something new. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.